I think Sexyy Red clearly has a problem with schools because this is the second time she's now facing backlash for just going up to a high school. Now, some of you may ask, what the hell is the problem, and why can't Sexyy Red just go up to a high school? Apparently, she goes up to a school, is smelling like weed, and then gets mad at the teachers in the school because they don't want her there for smelling like weed. Now, anybody with a rational mind would know, hey, this is a school. This is something they don't accept, doing drugs out of school. And but only to Sexyy Red, this doesn't appear to make sense. But I'll leave you guys to get a little background on this situation.
Put me, I came up here, got you. Try to talk to the kids, get in the water today. They gonna put me on me. Tell me I smell like weed. Watch this. Who gonna try to get mad? Fuck that old man. Bitch, you're nobody.
Bitch, you like I'm finna sit with y'all.
They ain't come to see you, Otis.
Otis?
Bitch. You heard who they screaming for? Hiya.
They
Bro, me fuck my head up.
They put us out. Nobody called the police.
So look.
I ain't gonna hop down on that. Oh, smack that motherfucker. I ain't gonna hop down on that.
Okay, so as you can see, she goes up to the school. A lot of people question who invited her up there in the first place. But the moral of the story is this. Well, not really the moral of the story because there's still plenty more story to cover. Who goes to a school smelling like weed anyway? Everybody knows that majority of schools have a sign that says this is a drug-free zone. And you go to school smelling like weed. Now, this reminds me of one of those parents who have a badass kid, but then when somebody tells them their kid is bad, they want to get mad at everybody else because of their own wrongs. You go to the school with your titties out and smelling like weed, and you try to rush the children, even though they kick you off the school premises, you're like, forget that, I'm gonna show these little kids what it do. Kind of being a bad influence to the youth, showing them not to respect authority and proper authority at that, but I'll let you guys go into the segment of this girl breaking it down excellently.
These new age adults are exactly why I'm afraid to have kids. Because they want to be the kids. Like, the grandma's the baby. Currently going viral on Twitter right now because I had retweeted a post where Sexyy Red was mad because she couldn't go and perform or speak at a school. And I said that I've been telling y'all her target audience is kids. Because it is. That's what I believe. That's what I see with this shit. You don't gotta agree. I don't care. A lot of these new age artists target kids with very hypersexual and explicit content. I feel like my point is proven seeing that she's mad she can't go into a fucking school. Because why, as an adult entertainer whose music is on the verge of erotica, would you even think it's appropriate for you to show up at a school and then show up like that? Smelling like marijuana with your cleavage hanging out. Baby, you wouldn't even be able to go visit your baby daddy in prison looking like that. But that's how you show up for the kids. Okay. 2, why would adults even think it is morally right to book a fucking Sexyy Red to come speak to kids? From the teachers to the fucking superintendent to... Why would y'all think that's acceptable? The adults of this generation do not want to protect children. They just want to exploit them. Y'all don't see black kids as kids. You don't see black children as children. This is why y'all in my comments in my last videos mad at me because I don't agree with an 18-year-old being a 304. The amount of adults in my comments trying to justify this shit is just like blowing my mind. Somebody said, well, adults love Sexy, kids love sex. What adult is condoning their child listening to Sexyy Red? Even I had to sneak to listen to Kaya. The adultification of black kids right now makes me want to fucking slap every bitch in here. A lot of these new age adults remind me of those older monitors who would come and substitute after school and who would think they was one of the kids. I'll never forget, I had a whole beef with one of these grown-ass monitors. Literally, I had to call my mom up to the school because she beefing with me like she a kid. Literally. You mad at me, but you kicking it with the whole football squad. And what's funny is she ended up getting fired years later because it got found out that she was messing with one of the kids. And that's what y'all be giving. Like weirdo behavior. Y'all are blurring the lines. Y'all do not want to hold space for the kids. I told y'all, y'all hating bitter aunties is in the club with y'all now. They in the club turning up with you. They don't want to be your auntie. They don't want to be a big sister. They don't want to be your mentor. They your fucking competition. Confirmation. You can go to the club right now and see an 18-year-old with the same aesthetic as a motherfucking 35-year-old. It's weird. Y'all are weird. The grandmas the baby.
Well, you heard them when they said forever young, right? I guess a lot of these people think they want to be forever young. And I've been saying there is a real spiritual, or I would say mental war amongst black boys. But as we can see, now it's transferring over to the females as well. Because a lot of times who you look up to is who you become. A lot of us in the black community don't really have proper role models because, once again, they are booking rappers to come to the school to speak to children only because they think that this will help them find something to relate to, or like find someone or see something in themselves. But I don't understand how all these people who work at the Board of Education can be so educated but really think that this is the greatest example to show children. Invite someone to a school who smells like weed, where you're working at a drug-free zone, and come dressing provocatively, when back in the day, when I was in school, you had to put your hands like at a certain length, or they would literally send a female home based off what she's wearing. Now, all these things just create the future of our children, because these things like this in high school, stuff that you don't really forget. You never really forget when Sexyy Red came to your school. I just spoke to an award-winning author and 3 times TED Talk. We had a conversation about literacy rates and how when people can't read by the 4th grade level and 1 in 3 adults can't actually read and write correctly, that is a major reason for poverty. Women ended up on welfare, teen pregnancies, and incarceration rates. So they could have bought speakers up there. They could have bought authors up there. They could have emphasized the importance of reading to prevent certain things from happening. But they bring someone who doesn't even respect your rules enough, and you expect the children to respect your rules enough. Now, one thing I do find interesting is what happened just literally last year when she went to the other school.
This a wrap. I told y'all don't come on this court. Y'all came on the court. Gotta shut it down. Everything shut down. Go sit back down. Everybody. Y'all just messed it up. Everybody go sit back down. I told y'all don't come on this court. I told y'all do not come on this court.
Now, with all the other issues we have going on in America with the low literacy rates, kids are not really performing up to the standards of other countries. This is what we choose to do. Now, people were mad before because you went in a court throwing up gang signs, throwing up the middle finger. What are you really teaching children? These are the people who are the future of our economy. But when you don't put the right heroes in front of them, this is the only people that they can idolize because they don't have the right heroes. Now, I love what the girl said about you can't even go to jail smelling like weed or look like that because they're kicking you off what they call the dance floor. So the fact that they'll let you go to a school that's supposed to be about education, it really makes you question America and if this is a good place to put our children in certain environments. Imagine your child having to go to public school and you have no other options, and you want your child, and the child may not even know who Sexyy Red is, but there's some type of teacher who so wants to be down that they end up getting her over to the school some way, somehow, because at the whatever meetings they have in that damn room, they say, you know, it'll be a good idea. Let's bring this rapper up to the school. And the superintendent probably had no idea who this girl is. He took someone else's advice, just thinking that this is a good leader and this will get the kids maybe to pay attention. And maybe she'll come up there and tell them how important it is to read. But as you can see, she comes to the school and throws up the middle finger and throws up blood in front of a bunch of little kids and not even promoting them to say, yo, you should go read. You should stay in school. You shouldn't drop out. Don't get pregnant. She's on her 3rd baby daddy and has 2 of them that are already in jail. And they are inviting her to schools. This is very interesting where America has us, and if they really have our best interests at hand with the state of the economy and the future of our America. If Sexyy Red was not famous, they would never go ahead and bring a woman to a school who has 2 baby daddies in jail, just had another baby, already is back twerking on the internet, and motherfucking coming to school campus and smoking weed as a special guest. They would get that person out of there so bad, and they'd probably block them and put him on a trespass and put him on a no trespassing list. But this just goes to show that even some of our leaders are demoralized mentally, and we have to fight to get back consciousness and rational thinking where we live, because we send our kids to school for 8 hours a day. Imagine the people who thought it was a good idea to book her at this event. These are the people that our kids have to spend 8 hours a day around for years. You let me know your thoughts about this, but like and subscribe, man. Let's spread more awareness and keep the movement rising. And make sure you stay tuned to this channel if you like conversations about debunking the new normals, bringing back rational thinking through content. It's your boy Dre. I'm gone.